Today on Fresno State Focus, we take a look at the FFA convention in downtown Fresno.
Also, how a Fresno State student was nominated for a prestigious award.
Plus, how a Fresno State softball player will get her time to shine in the pros. Fresno State Focus starts now. Hello and welcome to Fresno State Focus. I'm Elisa Bernal.
And I'm Trace Garrison.
An organization in Fresno is helping families stay together during difficult times. The Fresno Rescue Mission helps those who have fallen on hard times get back on their feet. One of its ministries is called the Rescue the Children community. Women with children who struggle with addiction and other issues are given a temporary place to stay. They can also gain education and mentoring that will help them create a better life for themselves and their children.
That life change is possible. Women and men escaping, drugs and addiction and that lifestyle that they're trying to leave and have a place for second chances. Just the stories of triumph.
The organization needs volunteers and donations. They accept cosmetics like shampoo and body wash and toys for the children. All of the donations help the community residents work toward creating a better lifestyle. To find out more about the Rescue the Children and to donate, visit their website at fresnorescuemission.org.
With graduation around the corner, many students from Fresno State are preparing for the big day. But for some, the road hasn't been easy. That's the case for senior Araceli Cuentas. She'll be the first one from her family to graduate from college. Cuentas is originally from Castroville. She left home to follow her dream of attending Fresno State. Moving away from her family was hard at first, Cuentas says, but now that she's only a few days away from graduating, she feels satisfaction for completing the long road of a graduating student.
Graduation to me means everything. It's something that I still can't believe. It's very surreal. My parents and myself are starting to believe it, and it's something that we're very proud of, considering that I would be the first one in my family to graduate.
Cuentas is the chapter president of the Lambda Sigma Gamma sorority. She plans to stay one more year in California, then she hopes to move to Oregon to further her career.
Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA for short, is an executive order that stops deportation for eligible individuals. Reporter Elsa Mejia tells us how some Fresno State students say DACA has helped them.
444 Fresno State students no longer fear deportation. Relief comes from Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. The program allows certain eligible individuals to stay and work in the U.S. with a permit for 2 years, among other benefits.
It changed me a lot. I have my social now. I have my California driver's license. I passed it. I have my car.
DACA was first implemented as an executive action by President Barack Obama in June 2012. Fresno State political science major Juan Santiago said DACA also helped him. He was brought to the U.S. by his parents without legal authorization as a child 14 years ago. Last year, he was able to travel to Mexico with a temporary visa obtained through DACA's Educational Purposes Guideline. He took the opportunity to see his family again.
When I went to visit my family, I was really aware that I had a privilege that really few people had. So to me, that was a humane thing to do. That's why I commend President Barack Obama.
DACA is renewable. University Migrant Services helps students interested in applying or renewing. The application and $465 fee, however, must be mailed to U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. Raul Moreno, who oversees University Migrant Services, says his office has seen a change in attitudes among DACA students.
DACA has benefited our students tremendously. First and foremost, they do not have to be in the shadows. The biggest turnaround is getting rid of their fear.
A PowerPoint presentation listing requirements for applying or renewing may be found online. Elsa Mejia, Fresno State Focus.
The experimental theater company on campus just wrapped up their production of Blue Heart. Here to tell us a little bit more is theater major Austin Yarborough, who is the student director for Blue Heart. Thank you for being here with us today, Austin.
Happy to be here.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about ETC and just kind of, I guess, what you guys are doing and why you were called the Experimental Theater Company?
ETC is a company run for the students, by the students, of the students, and we try to show a little bit of what it's going to be like in the real world once we're out of college and auditioning for things, and how a company should be run. So it's all run by other people that are students like myself, and we have a faculty advisor that nudges us in the right direction when we need to be. But we get to put on some of the shows that you really wouldn't see around town otherwise.
And so why did you particularly choose Blue Heart?
I chose Blue Heart for a couple reasons. I chose it because I performed in it about 6 years ago as part of a touring show, and also because I thought that it was a show that was weird and fun enough for the people to get behind in ETC.
And can you tell us a little bit more about what Blue Heart, I guess, entailed, what the plot line was and stuff like that?
Blue Heart is two absurdist shows written by Carol Churchill that deal with language and how we communicate with each other, and it starts breaking language down into smaller components and then getting rid of it altogether. So it's a really crazy ride to be on.
How successful was it, from the time you started, I guess, till closing night?
Well, I only ran for the 3 days, but we had two houses that were nearly sold out. And it seems like we had a really good response from people. Some people liked one part of the show more than the other half of the show. Some people liked both, and some people were just weirded out. And I think that with absurdism and with this kind of play, you're still winning if you're weirding people out.
How is this different than, I guess, previous? What other shows has ETC done?
Last semester, I directed Mr. Marmalade. That was also kind of a weird show. That's the nice thing about ETC, is that you get to do these shows that you're not going to see anywhere else. But I don't think that we'd ever done anything quite like this before. I think I really had the right cast to get this one completed.
And why were you chosen to be, I guess, the student director for this one?
Well, I'm on the board of directors, so maybe that helps. But there's a submission process where you choose the show that you want, and you make a portfolio and a resume and send it in, and the board of directors will read through it and pick if they want to choose you or not.
All right, well, best of luck to future shows, and thank you for being here with us today. And we've been talking to theater major Austin Yarbrough.
More than 5,000 students from all around California gathered for the 87th Annual Future Farmers of American State Convention in downtown Fresno. Reporter Danielle Martin visited a local chapter before the big event.
Don't let the name fool you. The Future Farmers of America organization is more than cows, crops, and tractors. It's about opportunity and leadership, too. Students at the state conference participated in career and leadership workshops, various speaking and science competitions, as well as traditional ceremonies at the convention center downtown Fresno. Regional Officer Kelsey Swall presented her plant science proficiency project at the convention.
Hydrogen peroxide and water into the germination of plant cuttings and seeds, and tested the different rates to see how farmers could use this in an ingredient of their pesticides.
Also teaches members like Kelsey career technical skills.
It's a chance to learn and showcase leadership skills. So we are trying to teach them to be professionals and trying to teach them to be leaders within their industry.
Kelsey and her younger sister Lindsay Swall live on a 6th-generation family farm and experience agriculture every day. Though Lindsay is a freshman, she knows the importance of the program.
Agriculture is the #1 industry, and it's very important for kids my age to learn where their food comes from and get the opportunities that I have had.
Junior Madeline Vieira was eager for her first state convention.
Getting to see all the members from all the different chapters all across the state and getting to see, wow, this organization is really this big, and getting to kind of see all the blue jackets and kind of all the stuff the FFA has to offer that I don't get to see every day here in Tulare.
This is the iconic blue jacket that she and the other 5,000 members took pride in wearing at the convention. It represents a unified symbol that connects all the members together.
It's really opened my eyes to agriculture as a whole in the nation, as well as in the state of California, and really to what it does and what it can do, and my part in it, and hopefully my future in it.
Vieira's future plans are to attend Fresno State with a major in dairy science. She is just one of many students wanting to make a difference in the agriculture industry. Danielle Martin, Fresno State Focus.
Fresno State MCJ student Jillian Bertolucci was one of 16 finalists for the Dean's Medal in the College of Arts and Humanities. Reporter James Barnes spoke with Bertolucci about this special honor.
Majoring in both broadcasting and public relations at Fresno State, Julian Bertolucci, along with 15 other students, was a candidate for the Dean's Medal Award. Among all mass communication and journalism students, Julian was selected as the lone recipient for the Arts and Humanities Department.
You know, one of the best things that I learned at Fresno State is that as someone in the media industry, that we are a voice for the voiceless, and I've really taken that to heart.
Being one of the 16 representatives for this prestigious award, Julian Bertolucci says she is honored to be a representative for the Arts and Humanities Department. Betsy Hayes, one of Julian's professors whom she thanked for being part of her success, says she has grown over the years in her work ability and as a person.
And proud, and she couldn't be a better representative for the department for the Dean's Medal competition.
Lori Bertolucci couldn't be more proud of her daughter, who has averaged at least a 4.0 GPA throughout her college years. Knowing what she has accomplished and still capable of doing will only lead her to greater and bigger things in life.
She has always been amazing, but she has grown so much through her professors, through the school, through all her experiences. She's just become, like they said, a rock star. She's amazing at what she does.
Although Julian didn't win the Dean's Medalist, she was a runner-up for the award, knowing she's that much closer to achieving and accomplishing many more goals in her future. After graduation, Julian will be attending the University of Southern California, going for a master's in public relations. James Barnes, Fresno State Focus.
If you've been looking for something new to eat on campus, wait no more. Finally, a new addition has been added to the University Student Union food court. Robert Tito's Taco Shop opened for business last week with much anticipation. There were long lines and many students waiting to get their hands on authentic Mexican food. Robert Tito's is a unique addition because, unlike the other restaurants in the University Student Union, Robert Tito's is a locally owned restaurant and a local favorite. Debbie Stone is the Associate Vice President for Auxiliary Operations and says adding Robert Tito's to the USU took some time, but it is what the students wanted.
And the second one was to bring in a local, authentic Mexican concept. That Taco Bell is great, that it provides a price point for our students as far as affordability, and it's a great concept, but it's not authentic Mexican.
Robert Tito's has officially opened, and students are already enjoying the new variety of the University Student Union food court.
Coming up on Fresno State Focus, how a TV star helped to kick off the 101st Annual Clovis Rodeo.
Plus, a look at our 5-day forecast as things are beginning to heat up here in the valley. All that when we come back.
I'm so scared. Good for you. But you were too insecure to show Fresno State pride? That's a problem. Because you never bothered to show pride in your school, you are shunned by other students. Professors can smell the stench of impending failure on you and take no pity. Even the mass communication students agree you have no future. But all of this could have been avoided if you simply showed your pride for Fresno State.
I am Fresno State.
Fresno State pride. Show it or face the consequences.
I am and always will be.
In Fresno today with mild with a lot of sunshine. But taking a look at our national map, we see a big low pressure system coming through here, causing severe thunderstorms in the south, specifically in Texas, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. But if we make our way up to the northern states, up here towards New York, we see lots of snow. Oh, taking a look at California, we see thunderstorms and rain possibly coming into the Sierra Nevadas. But we also have another low pressure system flowing through the coastline here, which could cause showers here in Fresno. But not likely, but that's okay because we honestly need the rain here. Taking a look at our air quality, a lot of this green is good. That means it's good air quality, but taking a look at Tulare and Kern counties, we see moderate air conditions. Moving into our 5-day forecast, today is a high of 80 with lots of sunshine. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday we see it in the 70s, partly cloudy, and making our way through the weekend, finishing up on Sunday with 83 and lots of sunshine. That's all for weather. Back to you, Angelica.
Thanks, Danielle. And while Fresno State's annual Vintage Days was a full attendance this weekend, people came out to enjoy a variety of food and drinks vendors, and we had the chance to check out one that has become very popular among the students. Veronica Figueroa has the story.
Their drinks are desired by many, and if you have never tried it, you have at least seen their logo. Dutch Bros brought their van to campus, and Brent Wilson, franchise manager, says the turnout was great.
We just started putting a lot of our time and effort into giving back to the community, and since then the community has just shown us the love back, and we've grown.
Maria Correa, a Dutch Bros customer, had her drink in hand and expressed why she likes the franchise so much.
It's different from like Starbucks, because I hear here they can make anything in any way, blended, iced, or hot, so that's why I would recommend it.
Although it is 82 degrees out, it does not stop people from coming out and waiting in line here at Dutch Bros to get a refreshing drink.
The popular and largest student-planned event, Vintage Days, was responsible for having the popular chain on campus. Vintage Days has something for everyone and attracts a large number of people to campus. Vintage Days coordinator says that aside from the vendors, there is always a world record at the event.
Marketing student will always be like, hey, can I use Vintage Days to do my world record? I know this year we have the world's largest game controller, and then we also have another one of the most sit-ups at one time.
Vintage Days happens every year at the end of the spring semester. It is a great way for students to relax and have a good time from the last weeks of the semester. So if you missed Dutch Bros and all the vendors this weekend, there's always next year. Monica Figueroa, Fresno State Focus.
The Mass Comm Department is hosting its first ever MCJ Week, and I had the chance to attend the first day of multimedia productions. The evening kicked off with a professional panel with various backgrounds in the media world. One panel speaker was Anne-Marie Baba. Baba gave insight on her journey in the professional world and how she ended up working for Adobe. The students were able to ask questions about their related field, and the event ended with the keynote speaker, Robin Samora, sharing tips on how to brand yourself. MCJ Week will continue with tonight with the print option. Tomorrow is broadcast day, and the week ends with public relations day. The event is open to all students. And if you want to see a fun dance show, then come on out this weekend to the Theater Lab School on campus. The University Dance Theater is putting on a production of Innovation in Motion. The show is student produced. It contains a variety of dances that are student choreographed. There's something for everyone, from hip hop to modern dance. They take you on a journey of experimental dance movement. Innovation in Motion will run tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday at 8 p.m. with a matinee at 2 p.m. on Saturday, April 25th. Tickets are just $5. And get out your cowboy boots. It's that time of year again when for the 101 annual Clovis Rodeo this weekend. Grey's Anatomy star James Pickens Jr. was in Clovis to kick off the start of the rodeo for his charity foundation. Several cowboys competed in a roping competition where they darted out of the gates in record speeds. Pickens says it's not all about the roping. He started this event as his way to give back to the kids with the passion he loved.
Yeah, we support a cowboy western lifestyle camp for kids, youth at risk, inner city kids, called Camp Giddy Up. It's founded by Glenn and Joanne Turman back about 20 years ago.
He loves the rodeo, ranches, and the cowboy lifestyle, even though he's not a rodeo competitor. He raised $19,000 with yesterday's event. And that's all for entertainment. Coming up in sports, how the Fresno State golf team has been driving past the competition. Plus, see how Fresno State softball player makes history. Stay tuned for sports with Jillian Delphi.
I'm going to show you why. Here's the beautiful and newly constructed Henry Madden Library, which has a massive collection. The Save Mart Center, which is our sports venue and one of the best attended in the entire country. We're absolute pioneers in the agricultural sciences, having led to the production of the first university winery and drawing in a diversity of students to achieve academic success over the past 100 years. And you know, I wish I had time to tell you about everything else, but in reality, I think you're just going to have to come see for yourself.
Do you like fire, dirt bikes, and loud noises? If so, then get ready because Arena Cross is coming to Fresno. Arena Cross is a smaller version of Supercross, just a whole lot faster. It is the kind of event that gives out excitement and intensity into the building to get the crowd pumped up. It's also a fun event that brings families together as well as fans of all ages.
I really like the intensity of the races. The guys really get into it. It's their professional job. And you know, 1 minute they could be in the lead. Next thing you know, here comes a guy from 10th place, cuts him off in the corner, and it just gets that much more exciting.
Fresno will be the last city Arena Cross will hit before going into the finals in Las Vegas. Don't miss your chance to see this fun-filled event. Arena Cross will take place at the Save Mart Center this Saturday, April 25th and Sunday, April 26th. Tickets are available on Ticketmaster.com and at the Save Mart Center box office. The women's golf team have been keeping up their A game during their last couple of tournaments. I went out and spoke to some of the team to see how they plan to keep up the good work and to see who will be leading them in their final matches of the season. Finishing in 5th place in the Ole Miss Rebel Intercollegiate has kept the girls' heads held high with hopes of doing even better in the Mountain West Championship. Freshman Mimi Ho believes that the team has been doing an outstanding job this season and is looking forward for what's yet to come.
As far as how we're doing now, I think we're doing really great. We had a really strong season and we're off to our conference soon and it's very exciting. Hopefully we'll do even better there and go on to regionals.
Senior Machen Lai ended her last tournament in Mississippi with consistent birdies and pars. She was also one of 3 women to get an eagle by the end of the tournament. Coach Emily Milberger is very fond of Lee and is excited to see what she does in the Mountain West Championship this week.
You really can expect to see her do some great things this week. She's been building up a lot of momentum. She's playing some great golf. And this is a tournament that she loves to play. She really loves the golf course. And she's really excited about just the event altogether. And I think all those factors play into her having a really good week. And I think, you know, there might be some really exciting finishes for her.
Lee keeps tabs on how well she does in each of her matches to later focus on what she needs to practice on to continue to do better in the future.
I mean, as far as like stats, like you said, I do look at those a little bit, and I mean, looking at it, it just helps me like, okay, I need to work on this, and then like, don't worry, like I don't really need to focus on other stuff because I'm doing so great at it, but just the little things.
Statistics are important to Lee, but being a part of a team is something that is even better.
I'm so proud of these girls. I mean, we're a young team. I'm the only senior, so it's been a really good ride so far. So we're leaving a conference tomorrow, and hopefully we do good there. And you know, if we win it, then we advance on our regionals, which would be good. But I'm so proud of these girls right here.
Some exciting events are coming up for the track and field team. Joining us today is Jennifer Viramontes. Thank you for being here today, Jennifer.
Thank you for having me.
So I see that you do cross country in the fall and you do track and field in the spring. Did you originally want to do both, or did you just want to do one?
It's kind of like it comes in a package. You kind of have to do both, especially for distance. You kind of train track season just to be good for cross country. So.
Okay, so you're a transfer student. Is there a specific reason why you chose Fresno State to come for the sports?
Just because it was close to home, and I just really liked the athletics. I knew some people that came here and they really liked it. So it was just like a dream just to come on here and get to practice with them.
Okay, so you said you do long distance for track and field. Is there any other events that you do?
I used to do the 1500, but since I redshirted this last season for cross country, so just to prepare me for the incoming season, he had me do long distance for track. So I do the 5K, 3K.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about how the season is going so far for track and field?
It's going really good, actually. Our Anna Marie Swan, she just broke the record for the 1500, and she also got the record for the 5K. So that's good,
That's
really
exciting,
good.
Yeah. And I know the Bulldog Invitational is coming up this Saturday. How excited are you?
I'm actually really excited. Hopefully get a PR for the 3K. Should be a good meet. There's a lot of good competition, so I'm really excited to race.
Alrighty, well, good luck this weekend and for the rest of the season.
Thank
you
you
for being
so much.
here. We've been talking with Jennifer Viramontes from the track and field team. The Fresno State softball team is nearing the end of their regular season, and they're just games out of first place in the Mountain West Conference. Their eyes are set on a conference title and a possible College World Series berth. However, one Fresno State player accomplished something that has only happened once in Fresno State softball history. Braden Williamson has more on the story.
Brenna Moss is a senior on the Fresno State softball team and one of the best college softball players in the nation. On April 1st, Brenna was selected 13th overall by the Chicago Bandits in the 2015 National Pro Fast Pitch Draft. She said she was honored and surprised when she found out she was picked to play pro softball.
We found out on the day before we had to play, which was good for me, because I was super excited that day, and then I kind of flipped the switch the next day because I was I still have to worry about this season, we still have to make it to postseason.
Brenna has played competitive softball for 14 years, which she began playing in her hometown of Bakersfield. Her friend and teammate Taylor Green said that she was excited for Brenna and proud to see that her hard work paid off.
I know it's something that she wanted and something that she has always dreamt about, and the fact that she was drafted was just a huge honor for her, and I was just so proud of her as a friend.
Brenna Moss becomes the first Fresno State player selected in the National Pro Fast Pitch Draft since 2005, when All-American Jamie Southern was selected. Her head coach Trisha Ford says that all of Brenna's success in softball is a tribute to her hard work.
I was just proud. I actually sat back, all of us, the whole coaching staff sat back and let her really enjoy the moment. It's about her, and it's because of her hard work that she is at this place.
Until her time at Fresno State is over and Brenna can think about playing at the next level, she is focusing on getting her degree in psychology. Braden Williamson, Fresno State Focus.
Well, you guys, this week is MCJ week. You guys excited about that?
Oh, definitely.
I am. I'm really excited. I haven't been yesterday or today, but I'm excited to go to broadcast day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm planning on going tomorrow night and see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I haven't been out there, but I definitely plan to be out there for the broadcast day.
And I heard there's free donuts, so.
Oh, yeah.
It's good to network, I think. I haven't done much of networking yet, so I'm excited to meet some people.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for all of us, so it should be good.
Next week on Fresno State Focus, we'll show you what Fresno State is doing to honor the memory of the Armenian genocide.
Plus, how student athletes are learning to cook delicious and healthy meals.
Also, how a horse ranch is giving back to the community.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. I have to somehow.